Hey guys, I finally did it. I finally changed the foyer fan to something that's not a World's Fair. Um, this is the creation that you've been seeing in my videos, especially if you're a Patreon subscriber, and if not, it's definitely showed up in a few videos. So let's talk about it, and then let's do a full demonstration and video tour of the house. This will be the last video with Christmas decorations because they're already in the process of coming down. I've started leaving them up through the end of January. And this is the end of January, so they're coming down. I have used to take them down beginning of January, and then it just was so sad, and this works better. So let's talk about this. Hopefully you've seen the videos. This is a 6-blade adapter that Hunter made in, I think it was introduced in maybe 1915, 1916, back when they were Hunter Turk, to provide a smaller fan. Because at the time, they only had the large fan motors, and there was, market for a smaller fan. And in order to have a smaller fan that was as effective, instead of 4 large blades, this adapter allowed it to have 6 small blades. And it mounted on a C17 or C18 or whatever they were selling at the time. I have 2 of these adapters, and we'll see them both today in this video. I believe the ones that I have are reproductions because they're dated 1977. And they appear to be cast aluminum. I have seen some of the originals in pictures and on eBay. I would certainly be interested in buying an original if I could afford it. I would certainly be interested in buying more of the reproductions. I think they're really super cool. So let's talk about this fan. So it originally would have been this adapter on a motor that looks like an original with the original faceplate, and the kind of the round bulbous nose that you saw in those early years, the very first iteration of originals, and an ornate canopy. This is actually the correct canopy that would have gone with the 6-blade adapter. So what we have here is the Phil Fry 5-blade original that you've seen in previous videos. That was like a 56-inch or 60-inch fan with 5 stencil blades. And what he did is he took a mid-70s original motor. I believe it's the 2.5 stator, but the earlier 2-piece switch housing with the separate brass oil cup. He took that and he put some kind of brass sideband on it that looks very similar to what Emerson used in their very early fans. He had a different canopy on it that was very flat. The bottom plate, which honestly could have been his reproduction or could have been from another company. I don't know, but it could be an original, actually, because it's very heavy. I think it's solid brass, the bottom plate. So it could actually be an actual authentic antique one. Same with the second part of the switch housing. It's using the oil cup from the Hunter, and then the brass bulb looks like an Emerson. I guess it would have to be a reproduction because theirs weren't brass. Theirs were cast iron, I believe. Maybe they made a brass one. I don't know. But it's solid brass, the nose on it. And then light kit, as suggested by original Jonas, is a Nutone light kit, which is what he recommended for this. And I was originally like, I don't know. But yeah, it actually looks really good with the slide glass shades and everything. And then the blades are just Homestead blades. Now, when Hunter made the 6-blade adapter, it would have been blades this size, but the tips would have been like Hunter wing tips. I may get some made. Honestly, these look fine. Like, this looks like what it's supposed to look like. So, the other thing is at the suggestion of Mr. Brian Hicks, I swapped the stator in the fan. It originally had the like I said, the shaded pole 2-speed stator, and I swapped it out for a 4-blade permanent split capacitor reversible stator. So this is a reversible fan, and I I do plan on running it in reverse. However, I was having some issues running it in reverse, so it's in forward for this video. I'll try reverse again in the future. That's why the ladder is still out. There's a few different reasons that could be. I'm still using the original shaded pull shaft, which is only designed for counterclockwise rotation. So it could be that. But we'll see, because it worked fine in reverse, except for low. It would just kind of drag a bit on low and occasionally stall. So we'll put a pin in that and come back to it. But the canopy and 6-blade adapter are from the same era. Then the bottom plate and nose are, theoretically original reproduction from the same era. Then the motor's from a different era. Then the stator inside the motor is from a different era. Then the light kit and blades are from a different era. And so there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different fans that combined into this fan. So I love it. Hopefully it'll be up here for a long time. I love that all the fans here on the main floor are kind of a creation clusterfuck in some way. This one, obviously, we just talked about. This one, that's a custom bottom plate that I got cast in aluminum to kind of be a replica of the Hunters, and then painted it to match the fan. The A&G there behind the Christmas tree has obviously a replacement motor and some other some other stuff to it, different downrod canopy, I can't remember what else, the glass, etc. And then the one in the kitchen, and I thought I could sit over here and get all of them on camera. The one in the kitchen, so let me move some of this, has a different blades and brackets that did have to be modified a little to work, even though they're essentially the original ones for that fan. And then the bird fan had to be restored and does not have the correct canopy, although the canopy I think looks great. So yeah, I'm happy with everything. Now, because this was stalling out on low occasionally, in reverse, I did set it so that when I say main floor fans low, I think it'll go to speed 2 and not 1. We can still try speed 1. Same with that A&G there has been occasionally stalling on speed 1, and I think it's because of the little bushing at the bottom of the shaft, the little bushing that goes between the switch housing and the flywheel. Let's do this. Alexa, foyer fan 1. Alexa, dining room fan 1. Interesting, that didn't even move. Alexa, dining room fan 2. Alexa, dining room fan 1. Now this should keep going because it's in forward. If I run it in reverse for a while and then reverse it, it'll stall out in forward too. If I run it in forward for a while, it'll work fine. So again, we're gonna play with that a bit. Oil bath can be real fickle with low speeds. Which, by the way, so now also this is the most oil bath fans I've ever had installed. That's oil bath. That's oil bath. I don't know if that's technically oil bath or not because I've never actually taken the motor apart and there's no oil port. And then, of course, the one upstairs, which we'll see, which I don't have any intention of changing anytime soon. Okay, so it looks like these are going to run, both of them on speed 1, but when I say low, I think they're still going to go to speed 2, so let's watch. Can I get both of them in the same frame? Just like that. That's very little. Alexa, main floor fans low. Not a huge difference in medium and low for or not medium, you know what I mean, for 2 and 1. Most of the Christmas stuff is still up in here. I take down the stuff in here last because if anybody gets sick of it or is bothered by it, it'll just be me and Nia. Whereas the outside stuff, I don't want to annoy my neighbors too much. Alexa, main floor fans medium. Yeah, I could not be happier with how this turned out. It really turned out nicely. Remind me to get some pictures of it. Alexa, main floor fans medium high. The only noise you hear is from the bird fan. That's always been a little noisy. And it's interesting because when I tested it in the garage on the solid state, it was silent. But if I turn that off, you won't hear anything from any of these others. So the reason why I wanted to run in reverse, and you guys can help me think about this. I guess I'll do spin down first. Oh, by the way, I have been supposed to talk about childhood fans and stuff like that. That was a request for when I do video tours. I've talked about all of these before. So this is obviously the only new one. Um, yeah, the closest that I would have seen to this as a kid would have been the adapters in Ponderosa, which I think we've talked about, and the 42-inch originals in A&W Root Beer. I didn't see these 6-blade adapters or oak leaf bottom plates or anything else like that until I started collecting. But I still think it's super cool. Alexa, main floor fans high. So that does have the original shaded pole stator in it, which is much larger and more powerful than the one that would have gone with the 4-blade only stator. I did experiment swapping the stators, and this was the best combination. Well, I guess when they're spinning down, I'll talk about why I wanted to run in reverse and just see if anybody has any ideas or suggestions. Alexa, main floor fans off. So, obviously, I'm not looking for a breeze on the stairs. It's not like we sit on the stairs or anything like that. That one I'm sure will be first. Let's go take a look over there. So it's really there to help with regulating the temperature when the HVAC is running, or I guess when it's not. So this is a split level house, as everybody knows, and our bedroom is right on top of that stairwell, and there's nothing below it. It does lead down into the first floor, but there's nothing technically below the stairwell. The stairwell's on the ground. Our bedroom is the hottest room of the house consistently. That's why there's a window air conditioner in there, because it doesn't matter what temperature I set the central air to. That stops a little stiff for me too. So maybe I'll need to, both of the. I guess they all are a little interesting. I didn't think that one would be last. So I'll finish talking about that and then we'll move downstairs. So let's turn some things back on. I'm not going to turn that one back on because I want you to hear that everything else is quiet without that one. Actually, here's the easiest way to do it. Alexa, main floor fans medium high. Alexa, bird fan off. So you may hear, the only other noise you hear right now is the air purifiers. There is one immediately to my left. So, yeah. So if we used the first floor more often, then this might be helpful in downdraft to push the heat down there. But we don't use the first floor very often. When we do, it's usually the music studio, and the music studio is usually a comfortable temperature for music recording, um, whether or not the heat's running because it's still in the sunlight. The only room that gets cold down there is Abby's room, and I have a space heater for her. This really wouldn't do much help with that. So we're not worrying about the lower level. What we're trying to do is help the climate on the main floor here. And the main thing for it to do would be to pull some of the cool air up in the summer because it's always colder on the first floor. And I don't know if the fan's strong enough to do that, but it certainly can't hurt. So that's why I've always had it running in reverse to pull the cool air up during the summer. And of course, the other reason to do it is because in the winter, there is going to be warm air that rises into this foyer, and then we can push it out into the living room, which again, still seems like reverse would be the best option for that. But I'm open to suggestions. If you guys have a better idea, I can always try running it in forward and see if that makes a noticeable difference. I don't think it will. But for now, what I'm going to do is just let it run in forward for a bit, maybe top off the oil with some WD-40 and see if that helps the spin down. And then when it behaves better, yeah. So let's go downstairs. Speaking of downstairs, because that is the other newest fan. The other fan with a 6-blade adapter, which I'm sure you guys have seen. I really like this a lot. And that is, of course, the 6-blade Terra. And as much as I love Terras, and as much as they're an important part of my collecting story, and you guys have all probably heard about the one in the lumber yard and how I searched to find out what it was for years, and then find one for years, that's not why I chose a Terra for this. I chose a Terra for this because it was one of the few fans that 6-blade adapter would fit on. And I actually really like how this turned out. Alexa, wardrobe fan 1%. Is it gonna stall? Still going. So this is a Terra that I thought was chrome and brown. It may be faded brass, except then why do the brass parts look so different? It could be like a nickel, which is like a finish between, like polished nickels between chrome and brass. I don't know, because they made custom finishes, so this really could be anything. But it originally I thought it was chrome and brown, and then I put it then I pulled it back out again, and it looked like brass, and then I put it next to a brass one, and it did not look like brass. So, and all I did with the cast aluminum 6-blade ring was mist it with gold spray paint. I think it looks pretty good. Wow, I can't believe that's still going that slow. But okay, well, that's the only one that's different down here, and I don't anticipate changing anything else. Well, I have an idea for here, actually, but I don't know if I'm going to do it. And I wouldn't be... The Sonnet-Air would still be a part of the idea. It would just be moving some things around. I don't know if I'm going to do it or not. It's still going. That I really like. I need to change the control, but otherwise, I really like it. Alexa, first floor fans low. That will... Alexa, laundry room fans low. Is that Evergo going to hit that jacket? Yes. I don't know if I'll be able to do anything about this, or the Evergo just may not be a part of this video, because I used to have it programmed so this one would... I'll have to remind me to reprogram that. I keep forgetting. Alexa, first floor fans medium. Alexa, laundry room fans medium. Yeah, it's gonna hit that jacket. I could try taking the jacket down, but then it's gonna hit. It's just gonna blow more stuff into it. So I think this will just have to be. I gotta put some of these clothes away. Is what I gotta do. Alexa, first floor fans medium high. Oh, it must have heard high. That seems more like high. Alexa, first floor fans medium high. I have to decide what I'm going to do with that True Tone display once I unplug the Christmas lights. I've just left these C7s here year round and only plug them in at Christmas. But do I do that with the True Tone? Do I leave them plugged in, or do I unplug them? I think if I unplug them, it'll still be a cool display. Alexa, first floor fans no. Alexa, first floor fans high. There we go. Alexa, laundry room fans high. Okay. Stepped on a wire nut. I wonder where that came from. Alexa, all first floor fans off. I think the Phil Rich stops first? I don't remember. Neck and neck. Okay, that stops first. Still a little stiff bearings in that one. You know, I think I might have put new bearings in this, because it's clear that I'd taken the motor apart. Okay, so then we know the rest of the story. Evergo, then Sonnet-Air. Alexa, first floor fans medium high. So this is definitely in reverse to try to push some cooler air upstairs. I'm trying to think if I've ever had a fan there that wasn't reversible. Okay, let's go out to the garage. The garage installs haven't changed, but there is something cool on the test rig that you've probably seen in recent videos. Forgot to turn it off. Alexa, garage fans low. Alexa, garage on. I can put it in the camera stand. Only new fan out here. Uh-oh, what did I knock over? I don't even... Light bulbs. Only new fan out here is the test rig fan, and I talked about that in the video. I've never seen this particular fan before, but it is a cool iteration of my childhood Burger King fans. We didn't eat out much. It was pretty much a treat. It usually, only time I went to fast food was after the dentist. We would be allowed to go to fast food. That was our treat for going to the dentist. But this was the Burger King that was not near the dentist, but I feel like we went to it more. So I'm trying to figure out why. Okay, so that's on a, yeah, it's on a 10 microfarad. Alexa, garage fans medium. We'll do 20. Is that over? That seems pretty close to high. We'll do 15 instead. I definitely hear some noisy bearings from the front of the garage. That'll probably be a Rick and I project once the snow is gone. It's actually warm enough now, but there's still some snow on the ground. Alexa, garage fans high. The garage is probably the messiest it's ever been because, what was I working on before Christmas? I was working on something before Christmas, and then I made a bigger mess with the Christmas decorations, and then I made a bigger mess with these 6-blade projects. Oh, it was the Dayton Lasco project that ended up in church. Alexa, garage fans off. Alexa, garage fans off. Alexa, garage door fan back 1. Still haven't figured out why that one is stupid, but it is. I'll tell you where I would see this commander installed is like in a store, like an old-fashioned store, like either an older style clothing store, like a boutique, or like maybe a general store or something like that. That only has one fan and it's over the register and it's kind of low hanging. There was definitely a store like that in my childhood that had a Ritz over the register. There was a women's fashion store. It was right like down the street from my high school. And the fan hung very low. I went in there and asked to take a picture of it and they told me no. Okay, designer has stopped. Four-blader has stopped. The fan on the test rig has stopped. The one over my head just stopped. It was the last of the 3. It's interesting that these always seem to stop in different orders. Could be temperature related since it's often a different temperature out here. Okay, so that's for the garage. Alexa, garage fans medium. That's medium. Alexa, garage fans medium. That seems more medium. Alexa, garage off. Okay, so there's no changes upstairs, but that'll probably be the next place you see changes, because I said I wanted to try a few other things in the video. In the bedroom, before deciding what is the long-term solution. Let's say hi to the porch fans. Okay. Low. Good afternoon.
Hello.
Alexa, second floor fans low. Wonder why that. Oh, there we go. Okay. While they're spinning down, I'll ask if you have any commentary on either the new fan in the foyer or these. And you haven't even seen the new one at the bottom of the stairs, have you?
At the bottom of the stairs?
Yeah, like when you're going down into the first floor by the wardrobe.
Oh, no.
Ah, that's been there for a couple weeks now. Alexa, second floor fans medium. It was the little midget fan I sent you pictures of at one point with 6 blades. And I asked you to choose which one you liked best. And the one with the smallest blades that everybody liked best ended up at the bottom of the stairs. And the one with the slightly larger blades that everybody liked best ended up at the top of the stairs. Well, the foyer. Alexa, second floor fans medium high. Let's turn this one to medium. Alexa, second floor fans high. Alexa, second floor fans off. Yeah, do you have any input on Alexa, second floor fans off? Do you have any input on any of them?
No. I don't know anything.
Well, you know what you like. Alexa, bathroom on. So the foyer one I'm really happy about, and I'm going to tweak it, but that one I hopefully will stay for a while. These two, there's a couple other things I want to try and then determine what'll be the long-term option. These could be a long-term thing, but I want to try some other things first.
Yeah, the foyer one is, or the foyer one is a little bit lighter,
Yeah.
which looks different. I'm so used to the other one being there.
Yeah, there's been a variation on that other one there the whole time we've lived here. I started out with a bright brass one, and then I replaced it with a darker brass one, and then I replaced it with a browner brass one. It was just a matter of finding, because originally I only had the bright brass one.
Yeah.
But I always wanted I always wanted the brown one. And so once I finally got the brown one, that's why that one got swapped so many times. But it was always the same fan, just changing the color. And this was me finally deciding, okay, time to try a different fan. But I'm very pleased with how that turned out, other than a few technical things I need to tweak. In here, I want to try going back to the A&G Bentleys, aka the iFans, but I want to try some different versions of them since I have a few different versions of them. And then other thing I might try would be, do you remember there was one in the kitchen that had like stained glass on the side? Mm-hmm. And then there was the island fans. Do you remember the island fans?
No.
Okay, that was the one we had one in our bedroom at the condo that you actually really liked. I want to try some variations on those in here and then decide what's the long-term one. I also want to swap the controls on these, and I should just swap the control on this one because I can easily access the control on this one. I could do that in minutes and see if it'll work better. Okay, well that's this video. Anything else you want to say?
Please buy fan stick.
Bye, fan stick. Thanks for watching.